Ohai. Cheboksary. The city in Russia, the capital of the Chuvash Republic, Cheboksary, river port on the right bank of the river of Volga, when falling the river of the resident of Cheboksary into her. The city of Cheboksary forms the city district. It is awarded the Order de Labor Red Banner. The City of Labor Valor carries an honorary title of the Russian Federation since May 20, 2021. Etymology. The name of the settlement is known since 1469 in the form of Cheboksary, comes from a Gadronym of the river of the resident of Cheboksary, in which mouth there is a city. At the beginning of the 20th century, plural form Cheboksary was fixed in the use. History of emergence of the city. As showed the archaeological excavations which are carried out by an expedition of Professor 5. F. Cheboksary on the place of Cheboksary. The settlement of city type arose at a turn of the 13th, 14th centuries, when on this place there was the Bulgar Chuvash settlement. On the bid card of Venetians of Francis and Dominica Pizzigani, and on the third card of the Atlas of Katalinsky 1375, on the place of Cheboksary drew 1367 the image of the city without indication of the name. On the card of 1459 made by Fromoro for the Portuguese King Alphonse V, on the basis of earlier cards, on the place of Cheboksary the city of Vedaswar is placed. The Chuvash cotton wool savark, that is average suver. The Russian chronicles are mentioned Cheboksary as the well-known settlement on the Volga Way in connection with a campaign of the voivode Ivan Dmitrievich run to Kazan in May 1469. Spent the night on Cheboksary, and from Cheboksary there were the whole day and night all went, and a pridosha under Kazan on early Zora. According to the geographer E.M. Pospelev, in written sources since 1469 the name of the city is mentioned in singular form, Cheboksary. The first stage covers the period till 1555. The ancient settlement was located on the lowland in the mouth of the resident of Cheboksary, on both of its coast. Monuments of architecture of that era didn't remain. Constructions are known only on archaeological finds. Houses were wooden. The flat bricks found archaeologists were used, most likely, only in construction of underground and internal furnaces. The basis. The Russian authorities of the wooden Kremlin in Cheboksary laid the foundation for the second stage of building of the city, proceeding to the middle of the 17th century. It is also a stage of wooden architecture. On July 23, 24, 1555 the Archbishop Kazan and Sviatogary on the way to Kazan stopped in Cheboksary, and at the request of Ivan IV consecrated the place and sprinkled borders of the future of the Kremlin, and on the place of Vdensky Cathedral the Linen Church was established. The Kremlin was the same year built. The Kremlin was cut down on the mountain where now are K. Ivanov Street and M. Cesspool. In the Kremlin the yard of the voivode with a mandative log hut, the treasury, prison, the Amanan yard, churches, houses of noblemen, children of seigneurial, mandative attendants, clergy and sagittary uses appeared. This stage covers time from 1660 years until the end of the 18th century and is characterized by development of stone architecture. After the major fire which destroyed almost all city, the stone cathedral church of Gdańsk Cathedral was built. It is the first monument of stone architecture which remained up to now. Later 3 more stone churches were built. Troitsk with the bell tower, Bitolski Mother of God with St. Nicholas side altar, Gateway Theodore Stratlitz. The subsequent fires destroyed the Kremlin more than once, while in 1704 the decision not to build up it anew wasn't made. Construction of stone buildings continued in the 18th century. At the expense of parishioners and donation, many stone churches were constructed. A considerable part of churches was under construction in style of traditional tent architecture, with high slender bell towers. Some church constructions contained classicism elements, others Baroque. Many churches were decorated with fresco painting. Merchants built 2-storied and 1-story stone houses. Stone churches and other constructions in many respects changed the city of Cheboksary. After visit of the city, Catherine II wrote, "Cheboksary in everything, for me it is more best than Nizhny Novgorod." After the fire of 1773, the architectural service of the Kazan governor and committee of the structure of St. Petersburg and Moscow, on the instructions of the Senate, prepared the plan of Cheboksary, according to which the city was divided into 3 parts and construction of the industrial enterprises along the resident of Cheboksary was forbidden. The plan was carried out only partially. Eminent merchants built stone 2-storied houses in which the first floors were allocated under trade and warehouse, and the second under housing. The 4th stage covers the beginning of the 20th centuries. The Special Commission developed and most highly approved in 1829 the new regular plan of Cheboksary. Streamlining and the general geometrization of building, rectification of streets, partial typification and a style regulation of buildings were provided in it. But also this plan considerably wasn't implemented. The southern quarters of the city planned by the plan weren't built up at all. On inconvenience of the area, some quarters weren't built up to the 20th century. Building of the city was influenced significantly by a construction of the main transport bridges of the city. Filoninsky Bridge, on November 22, 1963, Moskovsky Bridge, on July 2, 1969, Gagarinsky Bridge, on March 11, 1973, Sugutsky Bridge, on February 15, 1979, Oktyarsky Bridge, on November 5, 1987. Geographical location. The city of Cheboksary is located on Volga Hills on the right coast of the Cheboksary Reservoir of the Volga River. Total length of borders of the city is 83.3 km, of them by a Sukhodolny part -67. 0 km, on Volga embankment -16.3 km. The square of the city, according to the master plan, makes 110 km. The earth of water fund make 15.75% of the area of the municipal unit, and the forest land makes 24.8% of the total area of the city district. The city of Cheboksary is in our zone Moscow time. Shift of the applied time concerning youths is +300. According to the applied time and geographical longitude, average solar midday in Cheboksary comes at 11:51. The territory of the city in the geomorphological relation is in borders of the Volga Plateau. Absolute marks of a surface change from 53 to 205 m. For the territory of Cheboksary, the considerable overasnoframe erosionost is peculiar. The planning structure of the city to a large extent follows an overishny relief of the territory, is created by watersheds of the small rivers. The resident of Cheboksary, Sugatka Kabalka the coward, the water lily, the small water lily, Shalmas Shupavkarka, which phanically disperse in the meridional direction. Of the main urban development is located on watersheds and forms the wedge-shaped territories of administrative regions meeting an amphitheater at the Volga Gulf and extending to the south. On 10 km deep into city line. The left coast of the valley of the Volga River inundated, in the period of a spring flooded. The right coast high, abrupt, flood-free. The hilliness of a relief predetermined construction of the bridges providing transport communication between various districts of the city. Now in the city of 5 main bridges. Gagarinsky, Kalinin, Moscow, October, Sagatsky. Climate of Cheboksary, moderately continental. It is formed under the influence of cold Arctic and damp Atlantic air masses. Also the Asian continent has an impact on formation of climate in Cheboksary. The winter is frosty snow, lasting average 5 months. The summer is warm, sometimes hot, lasting 3 months. Transition period spring and fall are characterized by unstable weather, sharp rise and decrease in air temperature, increase in an amount of precipitation in the second half of spring and reduction in an early autumn. Duration of transition periods. Spring 1–2 months, fall 2 months. The territory of the city belongs to a zone of sufficient moistening, but with the unstable mold where evaporation quite often exceeds an amount of precipitation that causes a drought. About 70% of rainfall drop out during the warm period of year in the form of a rain of considerable intensity and has storm character. Snow cover is formed in the 3rd decade of November and keeps till April. In the middle of April his full descent is observed. The number of days with snow cover averages 150–160 days. 3 administrative regions are a part of Cheboksary. Kalinin, Lenin, Moscow. 1 territorial department of Olzy is subordinated to the city. Cheboksary it is allocated with the status of the city district. The city district included settlements. Settlements New Lapsara, Sosnovka, Settlement Northern, Village of Shandrovo. Urban toponymics, historically developed names of residential districts of the city and the former settlements as a part of the city. New city, modular plant, Aljashevo, Anikivo, Bogdanka. Bogdan Khmelnytsky Street. East Settlement, Primichivo, Zovraznoye, Settlement Forest, New Southern, Settlement Mayday, Settlement Proletarian, Industrial Zone, Piatino, Pardon Area, Northwest Residential District, Salt Center, Chapievsk Settlement, Kurovsky, Plant Stocking. High B Settlement. Settlement Southern, Southwest Residential District, Iridescent Residential District, Solar Residential District Water Lily. Authorities. The Chief Executive is the Mayor Cheboksary, the Chairman of the Cheboksary City Meeting of Deputies. In October 2020, Cheboksary Kortanav Oleg Igorovich is elected the mayor. Operational management of the city of economy is exercised by the head of administration of the city. Since 2010, this position is held by Alexei Olegovich Ladakov. The mayor Cheboksary was elected on municipal elections on the basis of general, equal and direct suffrage at a ballot for a period of 5 years. Former heads of the city and 1. Emelinov 50.1, Turksev I 5, Klementyeva N. Vladimirov E.N. Kadyshev. As of August 2017, Administration, Executive Body of City Self-Government, the successor to Executive Committee of the City Council. Representative Body of the Municipal Unit of the City, the Cheboksary City Meeting of Deputies. Consists of 45 deputies elected on municipal elections on the basis of general, equal and direct suffrage at a ballot for a period of 5 years. The city of Cheboksary has the satellite town of Novokoksarsk, together with which the man forms polycentric agglomeration with population more than 680,000. On March 2, 2008, the referendum on association of the cities of Cheboksary and Novokoksarsk to one city district was held, but most of residents of Novokoksarsk voted against association. As a result, the question was postponed. The decision of the Cheboksary City Meeting of Deputies in October 2009 adopted the strategy of development for the city of Cheboksary until 2020, taking into account the prospect of development of agglomeration, the city of Cheboksary, the city of Novokoksarsk, the Marinsky and Pazatsky area, Morboshsky district, Civilsky district, the Cheboksary district. Symbolics. Coat of arms. Coin of the Bank of Russia, 550th anniversary of the basis of Cheboksary. 3 rubles, 2019, silver. The modern municipal coat of arms Cheboksary represents the silver crossed board of the French form divided into the head and the basis. In the azure field of the basis, natural figures the 5 silver ducks, flying an envelope. In the dark red sex of the head separated from the basis by the zigzag line. In the Chubash twiddle, the image of the river, in this case the Volga River. 3 silver stylized under the Chubash ornament, silhouettes of oaks. The internal field of 2 extreme oaks dark red, the field of an average silhouette azure. On the azure field of an oak silver figures, 1469, date of the first annalistic mention of Cheboksary. The board of the coat of arms is topped with natural figures, 3/4 octagonal purple, bordered gold stars and framed with the symmetric decorative stylized ornamental motif. Hop of gold collar closed below by an exchange cartouche with an inscription in 2 lines, Shupashkar, Cheboksary on the purple field. The flag of the city of Cheboksary represents a rectangular panel. Ratio of width to length 5:8. Color of a panel, white with the unilateral image in the center of a flag of a basic element, a municipal coat of arms Cheboksary. The anthem of the city of Cheboksary is accepted by the decision of a meeting of deputies of the Cheboksary City Meeting of Deputies No. 1525 of December 24, 2009. FM. Lukin's Music, P5. Fantasies words. Earlier unofficial actions Velichalnaya the light city of Cheboksary song was used. The Chuvish. Shura Shupashkar. Approved by the decision of the Cheboksary City Meeting of Deputies from June 14, 2010. 216. About the Velichalnaya song of the capital of the Chuvish Republic, the cities of Cheboksary. For January 1, 2021 on population, the city was in the 40th place from 1116 cities of the Russian Federation. According to a population census of 2010 in Cheboksary, about 59% of the population are made by Chuvishs, about 32% Russian, also Tatars. 1%. And representatives of other nationalities live in much smaller quantity. Ukrainians 0.5%. Meris 0.4%. Mordva 0.4%. National structure of the area following the results of a population census of 2010. Chuvishs 58.73%. 272,652. Russian 31.55%. 146,462. Tatars of 1.03%. 4775. Ukrainians of 0. 53%. 2461. Meris of 0.42%. 1966. Mordva of 0.35%. 1639. Industry. The T-330 tractor products of the Cheboksary plant of industrial tractors. This city economy is characterized, first of all, by the developed industry. Leading industries. Electropower equipment, mechanical engineering and food industry. The volume of outcrossing goods of own production, the performed works and services in clean types of economic activity in the processing productions. The large and average organizations. For 2010. 44.53 billion rubles including production of electric equipment, electronic and optical equipment 15.09. Production of machines, equipment and vehicles 9.23. Production of foodstuff including drinks and tobacco 8.53. Metallurgical production and production of finished metal products 4.03 billion rubles. The main industrial enterprises and municipal and warehouse institutions are united in industrial zones east and southern. 80% of jobs of the industry of the city. About 7% of the population live in the central sector of the city. About 70-75% of jobs of the non-productive sphere are concentrated. The northern sector, Zavolzy, the least populated area, is also characterized generally as a recreational zone. Industries, the largest enterprises of the city. Mechanical engineering and metal working Cheboksary plant of industrial tractors. Cheboksary modular plant. Cheboksary electro-hardware plant. Textile mash. Cheboksary instrument making plant. Cheboksary plant of electric devices. Cheboksary plant of cable products Cheboksary. Light industry Cheboksary cotton plant. Cheboksary hosiery knitting factory. Cheboksary lentikatsi factory. Power industry of Chuvish Energo. Food industry Cheboksary confectionery. Cheboksary macaroni confectionery, Babylon. Alcoholic beverage plant Cheboksary. Cheboksary Brewery. The economical geographical location of the city is characterized by existence of highways, Nizhny Novgorod, Cheboksary, Ulyanovsk, and through a dam of the Cheboksary hydroelectric power station, to Kazan and Yoshkar. Through Cheboksary there pass two federal highways, and Volga and Pivyatka. Distance from Cheboksary to the administrative centers, capitals of the neighboring regions of the cities. Yoshkar-Ola -100 km, Kazan -158 km, Nizhny Novgorod -240 km, Ulyanovsk -246 km. Distance to Moscow -650 km. To the railway center of Chuvashia, Kanasha -80 km. Within Chuvashia, Cheboksary has strong communication with all administrative regions of the Republic thanks to the developed road network. Nearly 85% of goods turnover and passenger turnover are the share of the motor transport. Between Cheboksary and Moscow regular railway communication. Distance of 768 km. Works. From the Kazan station of Moscow to Cheboksary the signature train, Chuvashia, goes. Also regularly trains to St. Petersburg and go to summertime to Adler and Novorossiysk. From the Cheboksary airport regular flights Cheboksary, Moscow are carried up. City transport is presented by trolleybus, bus, share taxis and the taxi. In the city the services sector including studio, the cleaning companies, computer salons, pawn shops, hairdressing salons, a photographer's studio, dry cleaners and laundries, security companies, catering establishments on repair and production of jewelry, on repair and tailoring of footwear, on repair of the teleradio equipment and Slosnobitovi equipment, on repair of ours is well developed. In the territory of the city on the left coast of Volga the Chuvashia Health Resort rendering all complex of medical and diagnostic and improving services is located. Communication. In Cheboksary 6-digit phone numbers. The city code -8352. Operators of wire communication. Branch in the Chuvash Republic Pisk Rostelecom, Infolink, Jesk Telecom Holding. Dom. Ru. Jesk Infinite. In the sequence of number of the used phone numbers. And else Ship of Kartranske. Other way. In the city the set of spot jotas for access to network on Wi-Fi technology in public places is equipped. Services of cellular communication in the city are provided by operators Beeline, Mint, Yota, Megafon, Tele Russia, Rostelecom. Services of television are provided by the Rostelecom companies, and else Ship of Kartranske. Other way. Infolink, Ertelcam, Enktv. Aquilin. Services of wireless internet access are provided by the Inforta companies, and Elsvit Technology, Yota Infolink. Culture. The virtual representative office of State Museum of the History of Religion opened in the Museum of the Chuvash Embroidery in February 2019. Cheboksary became the 13th city where by means of the special touch terminal and 26 tablets it is possible to get acquainted with exhibits of the Museum of St. Petersburg. Memorial Museum Apartment of M.S. Spiridonov. Memorial Victory Park. Scientific and Technical Museum of History of the Tractor. Republican Museum of the Wood. The Museum Ministry of Internal Affairs across the Cheboksary Republic. Cultural and Exhibition Center, Raduga. Cheboksary Ship Museum. Theaters and Philharmonic Hall. Cheboksary State Academic Drama Theater of K5. Ivanav. Cheboksary State Opera and Ballet Theater. State Russian Drama Theater of an Order of the Badge of Honor. Cheboksary State Orders of Friendship of the People Theater for Young Audience of Mikhail Sespel. Cheboksary State Puppet Theater. Cheboksary State Philharmonic Hall. Cheboksary Art Theater. Libraries. In Cheboksary more than 30 various libraries. The most known: National Library of the Cheboksary Republic. Central City Library of Mayakovsky. Republican Scientific Medical Library. Central City Children's Library of Tchaikovsky. Library for Blind People of Tolstoy. On-stage performance groups. Cheboksary State Academic Symphonic Chapel. Cheboksary State Academic Song and Dance Ensemble. Architecture. In 1996, the ceremonial opening of the Way to Truth, which finished architectural registration of the Cheboksary Gulf, was held. In 2003, we'll erect the monument, Mother Patroness. Monuments. In total in the city there are 97 historical and cultural monuments, 23 of which federal importance. Thematic monuments. The monument Mother Patroness is open on May 9, 2003. The Monument of Military Glory is open on May 9, 1980, the grandiose sculptural composition devoted to the soldiers who fell in the Great Patriotic War of 1941-1945. Parks and squares. Central Park of Culture and Leisure, Lakrievsky Wood. Ethnographic Suver Park. The recreation park of the 500th anniversary Cheboksary, now transformed to the Amazonia Ethno-Complex. Memorial Victory Park. Children's Park Im. A.G. Nikolaeva. The Square of K5. Ivanav. The square on the area of the Republic. The square of 5.1. Chapayev. The square of Yao. Yakovlev. Nature Sanctuary of Kuzovsky's Culture. The Children's Park of the 10th anniversary of October got to a zone of flooding. The Park of N.K. Krupskaya got to a zone of flooding. Festivals. International Festival of Fireworks. Cheboksary International Film Festival. Cheboksary International Ballet Festival. The International Opera Festival of Doctor of Medicine. Mikhailov. Especially Protected Natural Territories. Especially Protected Natural Territories of the Cheboksary Republic in the territory of Cheboksary. The Cheboksary Botanical Garden, a specially protected natural territory of federal importance. Central Park of Culture and Leisure, Lakrivsky Wood, a nature sanctuary. The Lake Resident of Astrakhan, a nature sanctuary. Cultures of a Pine of 1903. The Cheboksary Forest Area, Quarter 62. A nature sanctuary. District of Sanitary Protection of the Field of Mineral Waters of Cheboksary Health Resort. District of Sanitary Protection of the Field of Mineral Waters of Cheboksary Health Resort. District of Sanitary Protection of the Field of Therapeutic Muds of the Lake Cheboksary. Massachusetts Media. In Cheboksary several TV companies, among them function. Local television. State TV and Radio Broadcasting Company Cheboksary. Digital radio television. All 20 channels for a multiplex of Erters-1 and Erters-2. The package A radio channel includes messages of FM, Radio Beacon, Radio of Russia / Cheboksary State TV and Radio Broadcasting Company. The package of Erters-1 TV channels. Television Channel 37, the frequency of 602 match. Includes Channel 1, Russia 1 / the Cheboksary State TV and Radio Broadcasting Company, Match TV, NTV, Channel 5, Russia 2, Russia -24 / the Cheboksary State TV and Radio Broadcasting Company, Roundabout, Otter / Nerark of Cheboksary, TXC. The package of Erters-2 TV channels. Television Channel 44, the frequency of 658 MASH. Includes NTV, Xavier, Saints, House, TB, Friday. Star, World, CNT, Must TV. Obligatory public regional TV channels. 21st button. Nerark of Cheboksary TV Company. Newspapers and magazines of Cheboksary. The Cheboksary News, the official newspaper of the city. Education. Higher education. The higher education system in Cheboksary mainly is presented by four largest higher education institutions, which are among Cheboksary State University of IN. Ulyanov. Cheboksary State Pedagogical University of Yao. Yakovlev. Cheboksary State Agricultural University. Cheboksary State Institute of Culture and Arts. Except local higher education institutions, branches of higher education institutions from another town work in the city. Volga branch of the Moscow Automobile and Road Institute. Moscow State University of Technologies and Management. Cheboksary Institute. Branch of the Moscow Polytechnical University. Street. Petersburg State Polytechnical University. Cheboksary Institute. Branch of the Moscow Humanitarian and Economic Institute. The Cheboksary Cooperative Institute, branch of the Russian University of Cooperation. Higher educational institutions of Cheboksary. Cheboksary State University of IN. Ulyanov Cheboksary State Agricultural Academy, Cheboksary State Institute of Culture and Arts, Cheboksary Cooperative Institute. Secondary professional education. Cheboksary Machine Building Technical School. Cheboksary Professional College of N5. Nikolsky. Cheboksary Technical School of Construction and Municipal Economy. Cheboksary Technical School of Technology of Food and Commerce. Cheboksary Technical School of Transport and Construction Technologies. Cheboksary Technical School Transtroytech. Cheboksary Economical and Technological College. Cheboksary Electromechanical College. Cheboksary Musical School of F.P. Pavlov. Cheboksary Art School. Chuvash Republican School of Culture. Cheboksary School of the Olympic Reserve. Cheboksary Cooperative Technical School. Cheboksary Medical College. College Academy. Average educational institutions. List of schools of Cheboksary. Sport. The rugby club Malot Cheboksary is founded on December 12, 2010. In Cheboksary School and High School sports complexes with playgrounds, chess and checkerboard club, the tennis court, stadiums, the center of winter swimming, school of the Olympic Reserve, school of artistic gymnastics function. In wintertime skating rinks, including school. Skiing runs, platforms for winter soccer open. In 2008 new sporting venues, the football field with an artificial covering at Olimpijski Stadium, sports stadium in the southern settlement on Nizami Street. The sports ground in the settlement of Alchashivo are open. In total in the city about 889 sports constructions function. 2008. In Cheboksary there is a hockey club. Cheboksary is presented in superiority of level. The home arena is the ice arena, Cheboksary Arenas, with a capacity of 7,500 audience. Many athletes, pupils of the sports organizations of the city, reached the leading positions at competitions Russian and global. Ardalian Ignatiev became the first Olympian and the medalist of the Olympic Games connected with the city. Now the sports glory of Cheboksary is represented by athletes. Champion of the 26 Olympic Games Elena Nikolieva. Sports walking. Silver prize winner of the 28 Olympic Games Evanov's Olympic Games. Sports walking. Repeated champion of Russia, Europe and world on kickboxing Alexei Solovyov. World champion in a mountain bike Irina Kalantyeva. And others. In 2012 behind a monument of Mother the specialized slope-stailovy route, Yarjunk, for BMM and mountain bicycles was built. The first all-Russian slope-style competitions on her were held in August 2012 and are held annually. In 2015 in the park of the 500th anniversary of Cheboksary the route for driving on BMM was built. The route is intended for a training of athletes of initial level. The route represents a wooden rezbanka, 3 springboards with landings and a training springboard with flat landing for learning of various tricks. Cheboksary branch of the Public Autonomous Institution of MTK I Microsurgery, of a name of the academician SN. Fyodorov, one of the leading Russian centers for rendering the high-tech ophthalmic help at the most various eye diseases and states. The firstborn of the world-famous academician Svetoslav Nikolaevich Fyodorov, branch in Cheboksary is a leader among 11 branches and eye microsurgery in involvement of patients from all corners of our country and many foreign states. Religion. The Cheboksary Chuvysh diocese was founded as independent in 1945. On October 4, 2012, the decision of the Sacred Synod from structure of the diocese allocated Alitarsky and Kanashsky dioceses. The Cheboksary diocese is included in structure of the Chuvysh Metropolitanate. At the city there are followers of the Chuvysh traditional religion. In Cheboksary, 2 Evangelic and Lutheran parishes, St. James the Apostle and Sviety of Luke the Evangelist of Evangelic and Lutheran Church of Hungary are formed. There is a community of Christian Seventh-day Adventist Church, the Church of Evangelical Baptist Christians works. Since 1993, the Cheboksary City National and Cultural Autonomy, Jewish Community, works. In 2005 on Fyodor Gladkov Street, the Mosque Bulgar, in which the Cheboksary residence of the Spiritual Administration of Muslims of the Chuvysh Republic functions, is built. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.